Hey, what's up, guys? Ken here from the Retro Toyscapades channel. Hey, so the big news this week is how Cartoon Network has quietly sneaked in two brand new episodes of their proposed THUNDERCATS ROAR cartoon on their channel's app. Now, this thing was originally announced something like 2 years ago and basically cracked the internet into a state of frenzy. Well, you know how the internet gets, right? Of course, a big part of the over-the-top reactions has been how the characters have been radically redesigned into hyper-deformed caricatures of the versions that we remembered them as. Now, I'm not saying that these designs are necessarily my cup of tea either, but I will admit that Thundercats has had several attempted reboots since the 1980s. First in a great comic book series from Wildstorm in 2002, and later with a brand new animation show in 2011. Now that one had a level of storytelling so brilliant and so advanced that at times, frankly, I'm surprised that it doesn't get mentioned enough today. Now, both attempts at rebooting it ran out of steam eventually. The reality of it could be just that, while Thundercats has its dedicated fan base, many fans are actually just content with remembering how cool the intro song was, or maybe how Chitara may have provided them with their first wet dream, or something like that. The reality of it could be that, maybe not enough people are actually interested in a reboot. It's good versus evil. They fight. Bad guys lose. They fight again the next episode. Now, unless there's some real actual world building that's in place, that's all that the show has got going for it, for most people. Now, despite what I may think of the new cartoon, I have to give the THUNDERCATS ROAR series some recognition for maintaining the basic design elements of the characters. They all have the same costumes and colors as the characters that we remember, despite the fact that they now look like actual kittens. Now, I'll get into a review of the actual cartoon in a future video, but for today, I wanted to turn the clock back to maybe 5 years ago when we first got these guys, the Thundercats Funko Pops. So of course, Funko Pops, they're a worldwide phenomenon. Just about everyone loves them, and the brand has made a household name out of turning pop culture properties into cutesy, hyper-stylized, and deformed versions of their former selves. But the twist is, even in this state, the characters still retain their same basic design elements. That's the beauty of Funko Pop. You see the same hairdo and blue costume on Lionel. You see the same snake headdress, the snake emblem on Mumra. Now, these Funko Pops may be different in structure from the Thundercats we remember, but they're still recognizable because all the same design elements are there. And you know what? The thing is, these versions of the Thundercats have been freaking popular, and demand has shot through the roof. Check out the Funko Pop app to see the prices that some of these units are currently evaluated at. You'll see the Lionel here goes for something like $120 today, while Mumra, this version of Mumra that looks like baby Mumra, goes for something like $55. Now, you know what? I know that there's some that may even call these Funko Pops being abominations, but hell, $120, that's a lot of coin. So Funko Pop has shown us that there is a market and there is demand for stylized versions of the Thundercats. Now, I suppose that the makers of THUNDERCATS ROAR have also presented us with alternate hyper-stylized versions of the Thundercats that are kind of like Funko Pops, except they're animated, they move, and they talk. And both the Funko Pops and the new cartoon have been keeping the property visible in the public's eye. So yes, the new cartoon is geared towards a younger audience. That's why it looks like that. And that's the way it should be if the brand is going to have a chance of remaining visible as we hit into a whole new generation. Because we already know that an adult audience of fans sure wasn't enough to keep the brand going into the new millennium. And if the new cartoon catches on with kids, if it distracts them enough from a YouTube video of, say, a kid filling an entire pool with slime and Coca-Cola and swimming in it, then hell yes, the Thundercats would really be roaring back. And we'll maybe get to see other versions and variations of the characters that we would like back on store shelves at retail. Now that's what I want. Regardless of what I think of the new Thundercats cartoon, I can't look past it if it gets me to a future that I want to see. And that's a future of Thundercats toys back at department stores at regular retail prices and not at jacked up collector prices through some specialty distributor or manufacturer. Now that's what I want. And what do you want? Not to have your childhood ruined? Hey man, was Thundercats the only good thing about your childhood? Anyway guys, that's the video. Do let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, I hope for your support to subscribe to the channel so that we can keep growing. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys again real soon.